Yeah. When you're on the laptop, it lets you record. When you, that's a close up.
Of me?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
A ver.
Yeah, that or you just guys are going nuts and just seem like. So it's all mental.
Oh man.
So
So we're recording. When Judy's ready, she's gonna pop in. How are you boys doing?
Recording right now?
Yeah. Welcome to the After 5 podcast.
Where's Oliver in his car?
Yeah,
Yes,
he's sitting
sir.
in the car. No distractions.
What are you doing in your car, bro?
He's doing Uber Eats.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm talking
Do
shit.
what you gotta do, brother. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey, he's that Uber guy that shows up with no gloves, no mask, nothing.
Right, the one that you go to the bathroom stall and you see your food on the floor while he's using the bathroom.
Oh man. So Oliver, how have you been dealing with this whole thing, bro? You're a man on the move. You like to be out and about, and how have you been?
He just keeps lacing his weed. He's putting different shit.
Yeah. The first 2 weeks were good. Yeah, right about now I'm ready to go do whatever. Anything out the house.
Oliver, hey, he's saying, "Fuck it, inject me with it. Let me get the antibodies and just keep going."
Oh yeah. I'll be the first guinea pig. Put it on me and let me be.
How about you, Luis? How are you handling it? Because you're always on the road too, man. You're always moving around.
Aquí en la casa, following orders.
Yeah, all of us are following orders. And here's one that's about to come on that she's the one giving the orders. Hey, Champagne Mommy, what are you doing?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
there we go.
You got to fix that, homie. It looks like you're laying down on the stripper pole back there.
Listen,
where'd you get that background?
Were you able to record the screen or the sound?
Yeah, now we're recording as we speak.
Oh, cool.
Why does it look like you're lying down, dude?
Hey, Judy, that's not proper work attire.
Yeah, right?
Oh, man. So I was asking Luis how he's dealing with this whole situation. He said he's taking.
So everybody could be on. Okay, I get it. Thank you.
So
how'd you get that background?
Oh, you go to where more, click virtual background, and then there's one in San Francisco, but you can add your own.
So naturally, she added the champagne room.
I wanted to do one of the Titanic sinking.
Do it.
I'm feeling.
It's the band playing in the background.
Luis, is your ship sinking?
Huh?
I think we know Luis's emotional state right now. That might be it.
I'm not used to this.
I feel like he's sinking. Bloop, bloop.
I'm not used to this, bro.
And how about you, Judy?
You're not used to being with your wife for so long.
What, guys? Sorry, I had to explain to my mom what they doing.
So how have these 3 weeks been for you there, Judy? Because you're the captain of your ship. We're first mates on our ship. Like, we don't run shit in our ships.
Honestly, it's been okay. I've been doing cleaning, pressure cleaning. I've been a teacher. I've been a chef. We've done gardening. We've done everything up until yesterday was the worst day of my life.
What happened?
Oh my God.
It's all right.
But my grandfather passed.
No.
Yesterday with the coronavirus.
From
Sorry to
COVID?
hear that, Judy.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's still fresh. So it's just been hard, doing this since yesterday.
Was he sick that led to that?
He was already old. He was 80 years old. Sorry for crying.
Yeah, it's fine.
Hold on.
Incredibly unprofessional of you, Judy.
Yeah, right.
Professional podcast, man. You gotta tuck in that skirt.
Sorry.
So what happened?
Actually, we should minimize her cube.
You go cry in this corner, Judy.
And put it in black and white.
Yeah. He was already old. He was in his 80s. He was already having some health issues. But before all this pandemic started, he was having already pneumonia, like really bad. So his immune system was already low and weak. And then I guess when this started, he wasn't much of a going out with all his health issues and stuff. So I guess just one day he went to the grocery store, he went somewhere and he got it. And then once it got really bad, my cousin was like, "Look, you're doing really bad." So they called, the paramedics. The paramedics came, they picked him up, and about 3 weeks ago, and he passed yesterday.
Wow.
That sucks.
Yeah. Guys, just so you know, if we make noises while somebody's talking, that for some reason that camera goes to you. So
and what really bothers and hurts the most is that he passed away by himself. Like we couldn't they don't allow family members at the hospital. You can't, like, the nurses won't allow FaceTime. Like if they can't talk or answer the phone, they're not gonna answer the phone for you. We couldn't say our goodbyes. We couldn't be there on his last moment. So he basically passed away on his own by himself. And then we come to find out that when somebody dies with the virus, you can't have a funeral for them. The funeral homes don't allow coronavirus patients to have like a funeral service. Like if they do, is they're gonna charge you an arm and a leg, and then you're here, and then the person in the casket is like on the other side of the funeral home where you can't even see that.
Wow.
So one, that's pointless, and two, you have to cremate that person. And even on top of that, they won't give my grandfather's ashes to my grandmother until at least a month and a half, almost 2 months. So
and that's when you guys
we can't even say our goodbyes even if we wanted to. Like, we just can't. So it's like, it's hard because, like, this person raised me, and how am I supposed to say goodbye? There's when I told my grandma, we're just gonna do like una misa, I guess, once all of this is over, at least just to say a proper goodbye. But it just sucks because you can't even say goodbye to your loved ones, and it really sucks. I think that's what hurts the most.
And that's been the theme. Like when you read about all these stories, which I'm trying not to read, but when you read these stories, you see that a lot of people who are passing away on their own. Some of them have amazing nurses who, I mean, all these nurses are amazing right now, but some of them have nurses that are putting the phones to the people's ears and letting family members, say bye. Oliver, you wanted to say something?
No, I had heard a story similar to that the family members can't go, all that you said, it's really the wrong time to pass away, So, but I'm sorry to hear that, Judy. My deep condolences to you and your family.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it, guys. It just sucks, I mean, we were, I guess, we were blessed with a good nurse. She kept calling every once in a while and FaceTiming, even though he couldn't speak because he had tubes like down his like throat and stuff. But she would FaceTime so he could hear our voices and stuff. But yeah, at the end, he was just unconscious. So it's not like, even if we were talking to him, he had no idea what was going on or who was talking.
Yeah.
But thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
No problem, man. That sucks. I mean, this is uncharted waters for everybody. This is something that, I mean, like Oliver said, like right now is just not like it's, who would have ever thought this, that all of a sudden people are passing away and you have to put a phone to their ear, or hoping that a nurse, for whatever reason, is, kind enough to like pass on a message to you or whatnot. And it's indicative of the times we are living in right now. Like there's like, I wish we could sit here and joke around and be as, funny like people like to hear us, but there's good that comes out of this, and it's all how you make it. You know what I mean? Like it's what you're doing with your time right now and how you're going to use that time. So it's, obviously your grandfather, that's a Cuban old man that, you know how they are. They ain't scared of shit. They went through Castro. So to them, some random ass virus isn't, he wasn't scared. That's not going to keep him from doing, his bandados. But, that's understandable for him. Dude, when I see all these people still stepping out with nothing, no mask, no gloves, and they're going into these stores, and it's like they're worried about themselves, but it's like, dude, fuck yourself, man. Like be more considerate of other people and those people around you that you don't know who, like that young guy that you're walking next to, you don't know if he's going home to his grandparents that he lives with or that he's taking care of, and then you're bringing that shit over to him, or he's bringing that over to them. And people have this stigma, this issue right now with the mask and stepping out with gloves and stuff. Like I'm telling you, I had an old man who came. He was delivering Uber Eats the other day, and I know my people, Cuban guy, probably in his late 50s, and it annoyed the shit out of me because he knocks on the door, and I'm like, all right, fine, that's whatever, that's what Uber does. So I open the door, and actually he didn't knock, my ring caught him. So I open the door, and I come out to like the front of the terrace, and as he's walking up, I guess he notices that I'm walking out to him, but it was because the girls were already asleep. So he decides to tell me, Papo, no te preocupes, que cuando es tu tiempo, es tu tiempo. Yo no tengo vino, yo no tengo nada. But this guy's that way. Like, all he needed to do is be without a shirt. Like, he had sandals on, he had no gloves, no mask, no nothing. Needless to say, I'm not going to
deliver your shit.
Bro, and then has the nerve to lecture me like, oye, Dios, cuando Dios diga que es tu tiempo, es tu tiempo. And this and that. And I feel like telling him, como mierda. Like, I just don't want my kids to wake up, asshole. That's why I walked out here, because something told me you were going to A, be loud, and B, ring my doorbell. But his mentality was very much, my nuts are made of gold, and, nothing can hurt me. And he's not thinking about other people. But you don't know who I have in my house. If I have a newborn baby, or if I have kids that have pneumonia, or have, sickle cell, or God knows what, because this thing attacks your bloodstream, right? Oliver, you have a better understanding of it.
It attacks your immune system in your lungs.
Well, yeah, it goes into your respiratory system, so it goes through your lungs. So, but just breathing can transmit it. I mean, these things are so small that just a droplet, a small, little droplet of saliva can inoculate you, and you can catch it. Look, the reality is we all gotta be safe. We gotta stay away for a while, and once it's over, things will get back to normal. But people gotta take this shit serious. It is life or death.
Oh, 100%. And the sad thing is that not everybody takes it that way. Not everybody looks at it that way.
No. I've seen a few people on Instagram.
I saw people protesting in North Carolina because they feel that the lockdown should be lifted. It's like, well, where do these people come from?
Dude, there's people in other states, like the southern states, that are congregating. Dude, they're in church. Like, they're going to church. What happened, Louis?
No, I'm here positioning myself. Can I close this? Excuse me, guys. Can I close this?
Louis somehow has technical support.
Carlos back there vacuuming, and he has an IT. The wife is his IT.
I'm like trying to make sure he looks decent.
Thank you, Carla, because he doesn't care.
No, at all, nothing, zero.
He was doing it laying down like some weird old man upstairs in the bedroom.
While we were here, Louis summoned Carla to come help.
No, tomorrow Louis complains about his back for 5 days.
Ooh, baby, is that your breath?
Oh, man.
Louis, you're gonna have to start taking that CBD.
Bro, send it over, bro. I think I'm gonna jump on it. I'll subscribe if you want.
Hey, KY extract, man. That's the shit right there. KY extract is no joke.
Now's the time to use it.
The 2-in-1 package.
No, they got all sorts of things. They even have KY for your dog. They even have CBD for your dogs, man. In case your dog my dog the other day, it started thundering, and she was a shivering bitch under the bed. And they let out that weird, scared dog smell too when they get scared, man. Sorry, I wish I had that CBD right then. I wish I had some CBD right now for me, to be honest.
Yeah, for real. With all this anxiety going around, like, I need it.
Yeah.
We all should have CBD right now.
Yeah, just right now. Like,
the blood.
Hey, we need to do our next episode. It needs to be like Saturday or Friday night. I would say Saturday. And we do that shit. Everybody's got their drink. We all nice little cheers to the weekend, and kind of have hopefully by then more good news.
Are we gonna be doing it through Zoom, or you're planning to meet together?
Nah, we're doing it through Zoom, man. I don't know what the fuck y'all be doing. Where you be going?
I don't know where you been.
The only time we leave our house is to go to Publix for resources or whatever, to buy milk, eggs, like the basic things that we use at home every day.
And beer. I see you with that Modelo beer.
Yeah, she gets her beer too.
The little modelito. Yeah, that too. And the second we walk into the house, I made everybody, or at least like my dad or Alex or myself, like I don't take the kids out, but I make sure everybody takes off their shoes outside. And then I I spray everybody down. It's like, okay, you can come inside, don't touch anything, go to the bathroom, wash your hands, take off your clothes, put in the dirty clothes, and get something else on.
Yeah, absolutely. You know who must have
that going on here?
Does Lysol sting if it gets in your eyes?
Whatever works, okay? Open your eyes.
She's giving them straight up respiratory issues for real. They're just like spraying them down with Lysol. I know. Listen, I have it bad here because my wife is a germaphobe. My wife was a germaphobe before any of this shit popped off. So here, everything, dude. I get sprayed down. I cough, and she's looking at me like the divorce papers are coming in a week. But Lewis's wife works in the healthcare industry. So I know you get that dome freaking Lysol down the face. Like what's her routine when she gets home right now? Like these days from work.
It's pretty detailed. It's everything. Just gets home, takes everything off, and changes for the second time, and then goes showers and. Yeah, it's intense. No, it is.
Carla, can you give us more of an understanding?
I just told you, come home, you take your Carla, goodbye, please. No. Thank you.
Louis just got on check.
Wait, no, Carla, come back.
Thanks, Josue.
Okay, well,
she is.
We're getting surgical scrubs at work. So when we get there, we change into our surgical scrubs. And then before I leave, I change into my regular scrubs. And then I change one more time into regular clothes. And I change my shoes and everything. And then I get here into the garage and I have a separate hamper. Well, I have a separate hamper for everything. Like my scrubs, the change of clothes that I have. And I leave everything in the garage. The shoes stay in the back of the car. I've Cloroxed those down. I've Lysoled my second pair of shoes. And then I don't touch anything. Like just straight up the way God made me, all the way to the shower.
Without Louis harassing.
And Louis, and I'm like,
Louis running around trying to slap your ass.
You can't just walk by your husband like that and something.
No, I know. And I'm like, just don't. Okay, I need to shower first.
Stop.
Louis is like, no, wait, let me get some too.
Wait.
Come here.
Well, but the thing is that I've been doing a lot of these things because I am this crazy germaphobe since I started working at the hospital. Because when I started working, Pamela was really young. So ever since I started working, my scrubs always stayed down in the garage. Like I come up with nothing. And I do have a separate hamper for my scrubs. So a lot of these things, like I've been doing before, Louis is like, this is everything you've ever wanted to make you right about all the craziness you've ever done. I'm like, I'm crazy, dude. I'm not crazy.
No, man, at all.
I've been cleaning my fruits and my groceries for years. And he's like, you go through all this trouble for what? A waste of time. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, my wife literally, she washes the fruits and stuff before everything. We have like an organic spray for that shit. Finish that. My mom used to give me that fruit, like literally hand it to me right there from Sedano's for me to eat, like just to shut up, walk around eating an apple.
Open the bag of grapes and walk around eating them shit.
Yeah, dude. So old man just scratched his nuts and was going through the apples, and I'm there now freaking eating one of those apples, going to
yeah. You're getting the mamoncillos from the guy on the street. You're like eating them in the bar.
Yes.
No shame.
Done that too. Not doing it anymore though.
Not anymore. But I love you guys. I love the podcast. See everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Meeting you.
Likewise.
Bye, darling.
Bye.
There's a lot more detail in her description than yours there, Louis.
Yeah.
But it's really good what she's doing. I mean, she's taking total precautions. That's great.
Of course, you have to.
Yeah. I would. My shit doesn't. The way I do it is, I either won't leave or I'll just, leave everything downstairs and come up. I'll clean up, but I'm not. I can't. I'm not built for this. I can't do it. I wish I could, but I just not.
Dude, my wife has me literally spraying down Amazon packages, like spraying them down with antibacterial, because that shit could stay on. It stays on cardboard for like 3 days. or for up to 3 days
The,
or
o-
something like that.
the only one nobody's gonna spray down is that government check. Everyone's like,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Nope.
So
Oh, that's direct deposit, my love. Direct deposit. You don't even like touch it.
only if they have your information though.
That's true.
It's
Yeah,
only like my mom got hers today, by the way.
a lot of people
I
got
got
this
mine.
today.
I got mine today.
Nice.
I
If
don't know,
only
man.
the strip club was open.
I owe the IRS money, so I don't know what the hell they're gonna tell me.
Yeah, the IRS is saying thank you. Just like my dad. My dad owes the IRS like $500,000. The IRS is like, yeah, fuck you. We're not giving you. You're lucky you get retirement, buddy.
Yeah, right.
Even that, we're gonna take 10%. But hey, well, we'll see what happens next, man. Like, they're talking now about like a second stimulus, and I don't think anybody knew that this shit was gonna happen up until fucking right now.
And of course not, but it should happen overnight.
Yeah. Well, the sad thing is, the more you read about it, the more you realize it didn't happen overnight, and it was,
I'm saying before it goes mainstream like that, yeah, dude, it's end of January, early February. This guy wanted to close down China, and they told him no.
I think that when all of this started, I think it would have been smart enough to cut like all international flights.
Of course.
So it doesn't spread this way, but like hay cada gente like en la calle that is like they're crazy. Like, wash your hands. Stop hanging out with people. Like, this is not the time to party. This is not the time to hang out. This is the time to stay home and protect yourself and your family. Like, you can easily go outside your house and just get out of nowhere. Nobody has to like sneeze around you or touch you, or you'll be around them. Like, it's in the air. Like,
you can open a door,
yes,
and then touch your mouth.
Yes, and a lot of people don't understand it, and those are the people que son medio titiri, and they don't get it, and because of them we're on this lockdown, because they don't understand. They don't understand, like, this is not the time to hang out. This is not the time to play. This is not the time for anything. This is the time to be at home. Like, be at home.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you just politics aside, and I see people like on the internet and on Facebook, Instagram, they like the Trump this and that, and they're trying to blame that shit on somebody.
Give me 1 second, guys.
He's getting me dizzy as fuck right now. I'm not even looking that way. And it's like, no president has had to really deal with this since like fucking 1930 or something like that. So, and I'm sure they get briefed and stuff like that. But you know what it is to shut down the economy? Like, that's no easy task. To stop international flights, it's you know how much money you're losing as like a country, basically.
No, and people are losing their jobs, and like she was saying, bro, the ones that get hit the hardest are the people that worked at the restaurants, at the bars, at the strip clubs, and all those places. The bouncer there that was hustling up $300-400 a night, bro, that guy leaves with nothing.
Yeah.
What about the hotel? The lady doing the housekeeping?
Imagínate.
I don't work.
The barbers, like the barbers still have rent to pay. Like, the ones who own these barbershops, like, those guys are usually barbers themselves, and they still got rent to pay.
Of course.
I still have.
You still have rent to pay in your office. Oh, yeah, that's true. Julie, beauty salon.
I haven't paid it yet.
I had to.
I gotta pay it.
I had to close down. The second week of March, I had to close down already. Because I had police officers like at my salon, like, hey, you had to shut down because of the virus and all this other stuff, whatever. My girls have been without a job for almost a month.
How many employees do you have?
I have 6.
Dude, you can apply. My brother-in-law has like 5 or 6, and he got an SBA loan.
Did you?
I applied for it. I'm just waiting for it to get approved. But look, for this month of this month of April, I didn't pay my rent. Like, I'm not working. My salon is not making any money. The girls are not working. I don't have income coming in. Alex's job got laid off because of the coronavirus. So what income do we have coming in? We have no income.
What did the landlord tell you?
My landlord wants me to pay the rent. And I'm like, how do you want me to pay when everything's closed? There's like, we can't work. I can't open. Like, what are you going to do? He's like, oh, I'm just going to apply late fees on you. I'm like, all right, that's fine. What am I going to tell you? What are you going to tell you? He's going to apply a late fees to my bill. I'm like, that's fine. Apply whatever you want to apply for. Like, add to my bill. Just keep doing it. I'm like, look, I applied for this loan. when this comes in, I'll pay whatever I owe. But it's hard because the little bit that we do have, the little that what we have saved, I've been using on groceries, on my
utilities and
electricity,
shit
because
like
I need
that.
electricity in my house, you know.
Sure.
Exactly. So it's been hard. It hasn't been easy. And then I have my fucking landlord telling me that I need to pay rent. How the fuck do you
No,
want
and
to
it's
pay my
hot as
rent?
balls outside too.
Yes.
That's commercial rent. That's commercial rent on a commercial property. So that shit ain't cheap.
No, it's not. So it's like, how the fuck do you want me to pay? Like, where am I supposed to get money out of my ass?
Well, if you ask some of those stripper clients, they will literally pull it out of their ass.
No, but I'm serious. Like, I literally had that email conversation with him today, back and forth, and I'm like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
I can't rob a bank.
Yeah,
I can't do this. Like, what do you like? The savings that I have, one is to feed my children, and two is to keep the light on in my house, which is more important than my shop.
And for the Modelo beer, the fuck.
And that too. That's what's keeping me sane.
Oliver and Lewis, you guys have tenants. You guys have properties with tenants. Like, are people stop paying the rent?
Thank God. One of them paid before the first last month, and she's gonna pay me now in a week. The only one that's hurting is the one my mom has. That she has Section 8, and I followed her up with her today to see what her plan is, but she hasn't replied. She has a balance already. She owes like $2,000 something bucks. So
doesn't she do nails?
Who?
That lady, she's like a nail lady, right? Like she does nails or something?
No, she works in one of those schools.
Oh, that's
look, either
shit,
way, I think like be easy on her, because where's she gonna get it from, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, the thing is, in my mom's case, she lives off of that.
Yeah.
I know.
What'd you say, Oliver?
Find alternate methods of payment.
That's an old lady. Lewis is like, nah, I'm good. It was one of Judy's clients.
It's funny enough. My tenant's name is Judy.
Oh, really?
Well, and the air broke. The air broke in the house 3 or 4 days ago. It cost me $300.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So, what were you saying, Oliver?
Well, I just had to replace an AC on one of my rentals. Yeah.
That's why I hate being a landlord.
For me, all my people have paid. You know,
all paid?
At least this one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully we won't be going into far into May with this bullshit, because then that's when people start hurting. That's when stupid shit starts happening. Yeah.
Shit, my landlord is gonna be up my ass telling me for the rent in May too. So just I don't know what to do.
Yeah. What were you saying,
Bruce? I have a small rent where I'm at. They're on 8th Street. If the lady doesn't want to pay it, I split it with my partner. If he doesn't want to pay it, whatever, bro.
Hey, that's our studio, bro. We gotta figure that out, man. Oliver, start coughing up, brother. You're getting the rent paid.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Hey, Oliver starts freezing. Sorry, can't hear.
I wish I had my Lysol spray so I can just like spray you with it.
Yeah, even then, like, cover your mouth still, bro, please. But
oh my God, today we went to Publix and Alfonso started sneezing. I'm like, yo, don't be sneezing now.
Yeah, right.
Like, don't do that.
They'll throw you out of there quick. They don't give a fuck if it's a kid. Nah, you gotta take his little ass out of here.
I had a lady, like, mind you, he had his mask on, but still, the lady was looking at me with a face. I was about to tell her, like, what, like, tell me something, bitch. Go ahead and tell me something, like.
It's like Corona anger.
Give it to me already.
You would.
Yeah, yes. I wish she would.
Yes, I really wished that she did, but she didn't.
Watching a lot of TV, bro.
Damn.
Oh my God, wait. Did you guys watch the Tiger King show? Oh my God.
You kidding me?
How crazy is that?
Oliver's the Costa Rican Tiger King.
I think we need a whole segment to talk about the fucking Tiger King.
Yeah, that.
Did you know they're already casting for the movie?
Damn. Already? Who's gonna be that bitch Carol Baskin?
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Hey, I'm starting to think she's responsible for a lot of fucking crimes that have happened, bro. Like they need to start following up on that bitch.
Did you see her second weddings? Did you see her wedding pictures?
Dude, that lady's on a different stratosphere. That lady's on a different planet than the rest of us. Hello there, cats and kittens.
Hey, cool cats and kittens.
That's what it is. those people exist.
Yes, that's
exist.
insane. That's insane.
You saw
She's in Florida. She's in Tampa, no? She's
in
here.
Tampa?
Yeah, she's in Tampa.
Redneck Riviera.
Yeah.
You did it.
Hey, you cool cats and kittens.
It's listen. That it goes to show you when a Cuban guy is the most normal person on a show, you know something's up.
You know,
And
that
Cuban
one,
Marimero was the most
Cuban
normal
guy.
dude. Yeah, the
that one
Cuban
is not that
Marimero guy
far
was the
from my
most normal
house.
one. Huh?
Oh, Marimero. Mario.
Yeah,
That
he's
guy
not
was
that far from my
normal.
house.
Oh, the
He's
Marimero.
a good 10 minutes away from my house.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that dude has everything, man. That dude has multiple tigers, all sorts of exotic shit. Like they all more or less do. But
Mm-hmm.
How about the other dude riding around in a fucking elephant?
that's your hero. Oliver's like, that's
I like him. I thought he was the coolest motherfucker ever. He's got tigers, 4 wives. Fucking what else do you need?
Hey, Oliver's already DM'd him. Show me.
Show me the
Just
ropes.
What's your playbook? What's the playbook?
I think that guy,
the
Show me
blueprint.
the ropes.
that guy getting 22 years for that's a lot of time, bro. I think Trump will pardon him.
I don't think so. I think he's a Democrat.
You think
Yeah.
he cares if he's a Democrat?
Yeah, he ran as a
He has too
liberal.
many. He
You
has
think
too
he
many
cares?
animal abuse.
That motherfucker
Yeah.
ran for governor, for president. He did it all.
Yeah, hey, that guy's a walking contradiction, though, dude. That dude's like he's like a gay
A gay cowboy.
cowboy, gun toting, fucking.
Stay here.
Promise you,
That
he's
old
racist.
tiger.
Yeah, and dude, he was marking those tigers when like new kittens and shit would come in, and he needed space, and he would just marking tigers left and right, bro. They found like a few. That's what that it wasn't really the Carol Baskin shit so much. I mean, it was, but he also caught like 18 counts of animal abuse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
what-
22 years is a long time, bro.
Yeah, no, that dude's gonna die there.
Carol Baskin.
Freaking time.
Hey, that guy's walking backwards through a cornfield right now. I promise you that shit. When in a jail up there in Oklahoma.
And the thread that he made to actually go or send some like a hitman to go kill Carol, like that's an offense.
Yeah, and that
But
hitman didn't
you.
even get in trouble.
all the time. I mean, he was saying that throughout the whole show.
Mhm.
No, kill that bitch,
That's
Carol
who killed
Baskin.
him. Yeah, that didn't
That's a
help.
whole nother podcast show.
Hey, he was saying it. He was recording it. He shot a dummy as if it were her. Like he put a blonde wig on a dummy and fucking
Oh my
capped it right
god,
there.
yes.
He
Yeah,
put
that
her in
guy-
a bunny suit, in a
Talking
bunny suit
about-
to her place.
Yes. Talking about Netflix shows, besides the Tiger King, have you guys been watching Ozark?
No.
No.
No, you have to watch it. It's really good. I
The-
watched all
the
3
one-
seasons in 1 week.
The one we started watching 2 days ago was Schitt's Creek.
That shit's
How's
awesome.
that?
I love
I
it.
didn't like it. I thought it sucked.
No.
No, you
You
got to
guys
go
have to
through a few
watch.
episodes, man. You got to go through a few episodes, Oliver. Trust
Yeah,
me.
I stopped
liked it.
watching at like episode 3, and I was like, "Fuck this."
You guys have to watch Ozark. It's really good. I
You
literally
know-
watched all 3 seasons in 1 week. I was glued to the TV.
I
Literally,
have-
I was like,
You
give
know
me
what?
more.
Dude, these big ass eyes. You know what it is though? Like I already like my sympathetic nerve is like I already have so much anxiety and shit that like watching those shows right now is like just gonna give me more anxiety. Like I want to watch funny shit and fluffy, stupid
Don't
shit.
be a
like,
wimp. Don't be a
I'm
wimp,
being
bro.
a total wimp right now. I'm just like I'm so like just that even those kind of I don't even like to watch old Heat games that are suspenseful just because I don't want to deal with any more suspense or any more bullshit. Like I'm just
No, my cable that I have here has 20. Bro, I have 24/7. The Friday movies, Mike Tyson fights, Eddie Murphy stand-ups. I have so much shit that I can watch, but after a while, it's like you're like WrestleMania. I told you the other day I binge watched WrestleMania. You saw that, dude? I was started at 1, and I ended at 5, like in over 3 days.
if you
Oh
like
my
wrestling, there's a show called it's on Vice called Beyond the Mat.
What's that
And-
about?
It's about wrestling. And they just did not to even bore the people with it, but it's called Beyond the Mat. Look it up. It's on Vice, which I think is Vice might be HBO or some shit like that, or I don't know what. But
No,
but
it's its
look it
own
up.
channel.
Yeah, so it's on Vice. It's called Beyond the Mat. If you like
And what's it
wrestling,
What does it show? Like old stuff?
No, it's like interviews, like the inside. So they talked about the Chris Benoit murders. Like that was 2 episodes. They talked about a New Jack.
No, there's another one called Dark Side of the Ring.
It's kind of the same thing like that, but to me, Beyond the Mat is actually even a little creepier than Dark Side of the Ring. But they're both the same thing. All right, people, we're running out of time here with the Zoom. I think our first official Zoom podcast went pretty well. What do you guys think?
We look like the Brady Bunch.
Huh? Yeah, that was recording, I swear.
They look down. Louis, look up.
Louis, you look up, I look down.
Go.
Louis, Louis, look up, and I look down.
And I look down at Louis. All right.
Louis, look up, and I'll put my balls in your mouth.
I died.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
Louis was getting teabagged the whole episode. Look at that guy. Now that dude needs a barber. All right, people.
All right, guys. Peace out, everybody.
Let's do it soon. Let's keep it on.
Absolutely.
Yes,
This
I
Saturday.
agree.
Weekend.
All
right.
Bye.